Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I had a big, grand, and elaborate fun open for our winning streak. Unfortunately, that's not what you're getting.
And here we go. I hope you're hungry for nothing.
But we can bounce back. Two cards this week. Roll the intro. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Uncle Dan's Best Bets here on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. This edition, as always, coming to you inside the beautiful Connors and Ferris podcast studio. Appreciate Connors and Ferris for supporting it, and appreciate you for being always here and liking, commenting, and subscribing. Appreciate it as always. You guys seem to appreciate the shout outs last week. So again, how about Brian, William, Alex Langley? You appreciated the shout out. Grayson, credit to you. Steve Sutton, as well as Billy Ray. All of you guys, along with Ian and Basil and all my friends that are always riding along, we appreciate it as always. Also, we appreciate Bob Johnson Auto Group. Buying, selling, leasing, trading, whatever you need, Bob Johnson Auto Group is a proud sponsor of Uncle Dan's Best Bets. They've been with us for a few years now. We really appreciate all of their support as we go throughout the season. So again, go check out Bob Johnson Auto Group. I work with my wife and I both work with Daryl out in Leroy. He's great. So if you need anything, go to Bob Johnson Auto Group. Tell him that Uncle Dan sent you. Okay. No getting around it. And like I said in the open, I had a big one planned. We were going to be doing voiceovers, maybe some AI, thinking of a winning streak of winning 3 solid weeks in a row. That did not happen. That did not happen in a big way. It felt worse, honestly, to me, because I felt so confident in a lot of my picks. So to go, yeah, it was 2-4. Like, that's not terrible. But for some reason, I just felt so good about it that it makes it feel so much worse. Like, we've had way worse weeks than going just 2-4. For those that have been following along for a long time, we've had worse weeks than that. That one just stung just because the Bills just laid an absolute dud. So offensively, we were waiting for a ton of points, and we got nothing. So that was kind of a buzzkill. So 2-4 last week, 18-21 on the season. We dropped back 3 games below 500. But as I said in the open, 2 cards this week. So many picks, so many stats, so many trends and info that I couldn't fit it all on one of these trusty cue cards. So we will look to bounce back. Also, quick heads up for anybody that is going down to Atlanta, be sure to get your bets in beforehand. You can't bet or sports bet in the state of Georgia. Already looked into it. So make sure you place your bets before you head there on Monday night. But the 2 cards, they hold 9 plays. So we've got 9 plays. 4 of them are Bills plays, 5 more for Sunday all together. So let's get right into it, and we'll start with some picks. And I want to say this. I like some of these trends, and I've got some numbers that can back up. We're going to just hit the Xerox button and copy some of the picks that we went with last week. If it's not broke, don't fix it kind of vibes. The first one, don't look at any trends. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Saints may be a little sneaky. I'll take the Saints at home plus 3.5 points against the Patriots. The Saints have been in every game but one. Okay. Yeah, I know they're 1-4 and Spencer Rattler just got his first career win, but I think they're frisky and I think they're playing hard for Kellen Moore. And I think this is a classic letdown spot from the Patriots. Now, don't look at any trends because all the trends will tell you that the Saints have been really bad against the spread at home recently and that Vrabel and those guys, Vrabel teams after an upset are also good the following week. Don't pay any attention to those. I will have stats that I want you to pay attention to later, but this one is just a spot where I don't know. I don't trust this Patriots team. They played well against the Bills. The Bills handed them some opportunities. Bills didn't play well. We'll get to all of those picks in a little bit, but I think all week the Patriots are hearing how great they are. I think they're hearing how awesome they are, how Drake May's arrived, how they're in the division race. And a lot of people go down the list and say, well, the Patriots will win this game. They'll win this game. They'll win that game. I don't think the Patriots are that good yet that we can automatically pencil them in any wins. So I will take the Saints as an underdog at home, back-to-back weeks at the Superdome. Maybe they found something in that win over the Giants. Um, yeah, this is just a gut play. I'm going to be honest with you. This is just, I don't buy one team, and maybe that other team's sneaky. This is a team coming off a win that I think is starting to build something. I think the Patriots are building something too, but this just seems like a general letdown spot for them. So I will take the Saints plus 3.5. It cashed for us last week. It will cash for us again. Give me the Cowboys -3 at the Carolina Panthers. I will just update the stat for you from last week. Dak Prescott, 33-18-2 against the spread versus teams that are under 500. Yes, checks notes. The Panthers are under 500. Crazy comeback win for them. Shout out Meow Mix, the podcast. But I still don't think they're a very good team. Dak Prescott, not great as a favorite, but he just covers against bad teams. So I will take the Cowboys -3. Next game, Rams -7 at the Baltimore Ravens. How about the Ravens being a 7-point dog at home? I know they're getting a little bit healthier, but this is a bad defense even when they were healthy, and this is a really good offense with the Rams. Also, I'm getting Sean McVay that's got extra time because the last week the Rams played on Thursday night. So we're getting extra rest here for Sean McVay. And I was a little nervous about that number, all these kind of things. And then I found out the Rams over the last 2 years are 8-1 against the spread as a road favorite. They were 5-0 against the spread as a road favorite last year. Baltimore's in a free fall. Cooper Rush versus Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua in that offense. I just don't think there is any way that the Ravens offense can keep up with the Rams. So I will lay the big number. I'll lay the touchdown. Rams -7 against Baltimore. Seahawks versus Jags. I like points in that one. I'll take the over 47.5. Both teams are playing fun styles of game. Both quarterbacks surprisingly playing pretty well. Jaguars are capitalizing off a lot of turnovers. We just wanted to make sure those turnovers, if they are in this game, lead to points. We've gotten shot in the foot by some of these turnovers in over games, but this is just a spot where I'm following the money here because here's the trend for you here. This game is getting, the over is only getting 43% of the bets. They're getting 77% of the money. 44% of the bets, small number, high percentage. That means the sharp money is on it. So we're following that trend. Anytime that I see a bet that's like the difference is 30, it's pretty much an automatic play for me. So I like the over in the Seattle Jaguars game, over 47.5. It also cashed for us last week. We'll go back to it. Lions +2.5 at Kansas City. Yes, you can say Jared Goff's going to go outside. It's going to be 78 and sunny in Kansas City, expected for kickoff from what I saw. Think about how much money we would have made and how successful. Think about how lavish this studio could have been or could be. And it's a great studio. Shout out Connors and Ferris. Awesome studio. But there could be gold plated if we had just bet for the last 4 years the Lions against the spread. Talked about it last week. Since 2021 in the regular season, the Detroit Lions are 51-21-1 against the spread. That's 71%. I mean, talk about return on investment. You can't find a stock that's giving you more than that. It's just incredible. So again, at this point, maybe you can just automatically expect that I'm going to bet the Lions unless I say otherwise, because that is a crazy run that Dan Campbell has. And also we talked about it last week. I mean, I don't know if I talked about it, but off of wins of 7+ points, he's still hitting at like 65%. There's no letdown games for Dan Campbell teams. So you're giving me points. I know it's Kansas City. I know they're at home. They've got a shorter week, got to take on a physical Lions team. I still have a ton of question marks about that Chiefs defense. The offense is starting to look better, but I will take the Lions plus the 2.5. That's just card number 1. Okay. So moving on. Just realized I'm going to need this later to summarize all the picks. There is actually real writing on here. You guys can see it's bad handwriting, but we'll go with it. Okay. For the Bills game, Monday night in Atlanta, I don't like the matchup for the Bills. Bijan Robinson versus this poor Bills defense right now seems like a nightmare. I hate the matchup. I have fears about Drake London and Bijan Robinson having massive days, but I trust Josh Allen and the Sean McDermott team to bounce back. So I will lay the number. I will take the Bills -4.5 at Atlanta. Big reason why: Josh didn't play well in that game against New England. They still only lost by 3 points. I'm not going to overreact. Bills are still a really good team. And Josh Allen is 24-8 straight up following a loss in his career. It's the third best winning percentage for any quarterback since 2018. The only ones that are better are some guy named Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. So I think they bounce back in a big spot. You still have the better quarterback, the better coach, and that to me is a lot of times what I'm putting my money on. So I will take the Bills -4.5 in this one. Couple props for you. Bijan Robinson over 11. Scratch that. Bijan Robinson over 111.5 rushing and receiving yards combined. He's had 5 straight games over 100 yards from scrimmage. He's had 2 games this year where he's gone over 100 receiving yards, and his last 3 games, he's gone over 80 yards on the ground. There's no Matt Milano, I don't expect. Maybe Ed Oliver's back. There's still no TJ Sanders. Like, this Bills defense is still got holes. Shaq Thompson maybe having to fill in, or it's Joe Andreessen, or it's Dorian Williams. There's a lot of mismatches that because Bijan can't just beat you. He can beat you more than just running it. And his ability out of the backfield, I think, can cause a lot of problems for Terrell Bernard and that linebacking core. So I think that Bijan is going to get a heavy dose of the football coming off a bye. I think he goes for 130 yards combined. It could be 65 on the ground, 65 in the air. That would cash the over there. Also, I like the Bills running back as well. James Cook over just the rushing yards, 72.5. He hasn't really been a big part of the passing game. He was week 1, hasn't really been a factor the last 4 weeks. But James Cook over 72.5 rushing yards. I'm not going to panic about what last week was. I think Joe Brady got too cute. He got away from what makes the Bills such a great team, and that's their offensive line in James Cook. 15 touches was not enough for Cook last week. Sean McDermott kind of talks about finding that balance where you want to have your star players feel fresh, but also get that sweat working and get in the rhythm and the flow of the game. It felt like James Cook never really got to be a part of that. So I think Joe Brady gets back to that. I think they get back to the ground game, and I'll take the over 72.5 for James Cook rushing yards. And finally, the last play. One of my favorite plays. We haven't done it. We've done it a bunch last year and the year before. Josh Allen over 7.5 rushing attempts. So you can get that right now. That's actually plus money on DraftKings. The Bijan Robinson one, for what I think is not crazy, -113 on DraftKings. Like, for him to go over 111 rushing and receiving yards. But anyway, Josh Allen over 7.5 rushing attempts. This is a game. Here's a guy. This is a game that I think we could see a little bit of Josh Allen saying, screw it, I'll do it myself. We saw a little bit of that against New England in a game where you really want to win. You have the bye week coming up, so you will get to rest and recover. I just think this is some of those spots where the Falcons have a pretty good pass rush. He could be flushed out of the pocket. Guys aren't getting open. If the Falcons use kind of the blueprint that we saw the Patriots do with playing a lot of man coverage, I think Josh will be better at escaping this time around. He doesn't see it all that often. He had 9 rushing attempts last week. He had 7 the week before. So to have 8 rushing attempts, I don't think is crazy, where I feel like Josh is going to put a lot on his shoulders to bounce back and get this team going. I like it because I think you can get this a bunch of different ways. I think if the Bills are behind, I think Josh can get some yards and take off to try and spark the offense. And if the Bills are ahead, then you're obviously getting a couple of knees there at the end, because I think no matter what, this game will be somewhat close. So that is the Niner. Yeah, a Niner. Saints +3.5. Cowboys -3. Rams -7. Seahawks, Jags over 47.5. Lions +2.5. Bills minus 4.5. Bijan Robinson over 111.5 rushing receiving yards combined. James Cook over 72.5 rushing yards, and Josh Allen over 7.5 rushing attempts. I really want to use an intro that I've been working on quite a bit that was pretty funny and put a lot of effort in, but it's only going to be if we get a winning streak. That winning streak starts Sunday. Appreciate it as always. Shout out Bob Johnson Auto Group. Thanks again to Connors and Ferris for this amazing Connors and Ferris podcast studio. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to all the people I mentioned earlier. Appreciate all the support. Best of luck to your bets this weekend. We'll catch you next time here on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel.